I mean, with all things Sergey has done, though, it's very clear, I think, that his chess career is just like gone. We have a article. It says Karjakin wants to become the president of the Russian Chess Federation by Andrei Schultz. The Chechen Federation has nominated the 2016 World Championship challenger to run against incumbent Andrei Filatov. Karjakin was banned for 6 months by the FIDE Ethics Commission for advocating Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine and continues to be an ardent supporter of Putin. Wow. Okay. Russian media reports that Sergey Karjakin is running for the post of president of the Russian Chess Federation. He is running against incumbent president Andrei Filatov, who has nominated Natalia Komarova, Alexander Zhukov, Andrei Guryev, Pavel Shinsky, and Sergei Smagin as his vice presidents for the upcoming election. In Russian chess, candidates for the post of federation president are nominated by the regional federations. Filatov was nominated by the federations of Moscow, Amur, Bryansk, Vologda, Voronezh, Kemerova, Leningrad, Novosibirsk, Pskov, Tula, Yaroslavl, Transbaikal, Krasnodar, Krasnoyarsk, as well as the federations of the republics of Altai, Bashkortostan, Dagestan, Crimea, Khakassia, and Chuvashia. My gosh, that's a lot of that's a lot of regions. Sergey Karjakin received his nomination from the Chess Federation of Chechnya. So wait a second. So does that mean that literally everywhere nominated Filatov except for Chechnya? Like one place nominated him? That's insane. Okay, that's insane. Sergey Karjakin announced his candidacy on his Telegram channel and said he particularly wants to promote young talents. The election will take place at the next Congress of the Russian Chess Federation on the 17th of December in Moscow. Filatov, the federation's president since 2014, looks back on a successful tenure in which the federation organized many top-class tournaments and Russian players and teams celebrated many successes. After 2014 and under the leadership of Andrei Filatov, the Russian Federation organized 3 world championships in classical chess, 3 candidates tournaments, and 4 world championships in rapid and blitz chess. 3 times Russian chess players were able to qualify for world championship matches. Were able to qualify for world championship matches as challengers. Russian teams celebrated numerous successes, and according to the Russian Chess Federation, Russian children and juniors won over 200 medals at the World Junior Championships. However, the series of successes ended with Russia's attack on Ukraine. What a surprise, as Russian players were excluded from events or are only allowed to participate under the FIDE flag. FIDE tournaments no longer take place in Russia. Okay, and I'm trying to figure out, why is this exactly Filatov's problem? I don't think this is Filatov's problem. I think this is someone else's problem. Someone else who needs to not be in power. Okay. Sergey Karjakin was born in Simferopol in Crimea in 1990. He was awarded the title of Grand Master at the age of 12 and held the record as the youngest Grand Master in chess history for 19 years. Karjakin played for the Ukrainian Chess Federation until 2009. After that, he switched to the Russian Chess Federation. For many years, Karjakin was one of the best players in the world, and in the World Championship match in New York in 2016, he challenged Magnus Carlsen for the title. After narrowly holding a couple of worse positions, Karjakin took the lead in the match but lost the playoff after Carlsen equalized. Karjakin is a supporter of Russian President Vladimir Putin and supported Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014. After the Russian attack on Ukraine in February 2022, Karjakin published an open letter to Vladimir Putin in which he supported Russia's invasion. Ugh, disgusting. On 21 March 2022, the FIDE Ethics Commission then imposed a 6-month ban on Karjakin for public support of an unjustified military action, which is a violation of the FIDE ethics principles. Karjakin was then unable to take part in the 2022 FIDE Candidates Tournament, for which he qualified. The ban expired in September. Even after the verdict by the FIDE Ethics Commission, Karjakin was not deterred from propaganda actions and published, amongst other things, a photo showing him with the victory symbol in front of the Moscow headquarters of the Wagner mercenary group. Ugh. Again, more disgusting stuff. Karjakin recently criticized FIDE for only allowing Russian and Belarusian players to participate in FIDE tournaments if they play under the FIDE flag. Sergey Karjakin: some are pleased that this allows Russian and Belarusian chess players to play in FIDE tournaments, but I will not compete under the FIDE flag. It's a pity that FIDE is going this way. In Karjakin's view, Russian players should be allowed to compete under their country's flag, and FIDE should work to make that possible. This message is directed primarily at the Russian Federation president of FIDE, Arkady Dvorkovich, recently re-elected. It is the duty of Chess Federation to defend the right of Russian athletes, Karjakin says. FIDE has extended the permission for Russian and Belarusian chess players to play under a neutral flag until January 1st, 2024. Well, I'm not really sure what Dvorkovich is supposed to do when a country basically starts a war, and you know, these people who want to play chess are basically unable to play chess because of it. Like they're already getting punished. So my gosh, like absolutely insane. Just very tragic to see. Anyway, we have one more bit. What is this? This is the other one. What is this? We have this Twitter as well. This is actually, how do I is there translate? Okay, let's open this article. Let's see, what is this? Okay, let's put it in English. And let me change the scene. I think this is good. Let me adjust this. I think this is good. Okay, there we go. All right. Make this more centralized. There we go. Just a little bit. Okay, perfect. Alexander Grischuk. If Karjakin is elected to the post of president of the FSHR, I will break off relations with the organization. Russian champion 2009. Three-time world champion in Blitz Alexander Grischuk shared his negative attitude towards the decision of Sergey Karjakin to run for president of the Russian Chess Federation, the FSHR. He noted that he would be forced to interrupt relations with the FSB if his colleague was elected. Now, I think there's a translation, because isn't the FSB the freaking spy? Isn't FSB the spy agency in Russia? Maybe I'm wrong. So I think that's a translation error. But anyway, let's keep going. I want to emphasize two things right away. The first, he personally did nothing wrong to me, and the second, chess player, he is certainly outstanding. At the same time, my attitude to the nomination of Sergey is extremely negative. After a few months ago, he tried to set up dozens of mine and his colleagues at once. You can find his post on Telegram. As a person, he ceased to exist for me. Therefore, in case of his victory in the elections, I will be forced to interrupt any relationship with the FSHR, which I would not want at all. As for the current federation, then of course, not everything is perfect. And what is perfect in the world in the last 3 years? No kidding. First of all, I would like to strengthen funding for the Russian Cup. With no colossal investments, this series of tournaments could become a great training ground for our young chess players and a serious source of earnings for grandmasters who do not fall into the so-called elite tournaments. I would also like for the prizes at the super finals of the Russian Championship to correspond to market, and it was interesting for leading Russian chess players to play them not only in terms of prestige but also for financial reasons. As for Sergey's complaint about the lack of personal funding, I don't understand this at all. I remember very well how at the World Chess Championship in Mexico in 2007, I did not receive a penny from the Federation, and it never occurred to me to complain. I always perceived help from the Federation as a gift. So he's saying that Sergey is just an entitled something. And if they gave, then thanks, but no, so no. Now, for some reason, many believe that everyone owes them. I don't understand such psychology, Grischuk explained in a personal conversation to the correspondent of Soviet chess, Daria Savinova. Recall that recently Sergey Karjakin spoke about his intention to run for president of the FSHR. He was nominated by the Chess Federation of the Chechen Republic. Grandmaster is dissatisfied with the leadership of the FSHR. According to him, the main principle of the Federation, a genius should be hungry. Probably some like translation error, but in general, like this whole thing is completely insane. I mean, Sergey lost his mind. Who knows why he lost it? I mean, what happened to him? But he lost his mind a long time ago, and I think everyone pretty much agrees with Grischuk here that you hope that like he does not win somehow. At any rate, I mean, with all things Sergey has done, though, it's very clear, I think, that his chess career is just like gone. I mean, no one will ever want to invite him. Give me one second, by the way, my phone is ringing, so give me a second.